All right, so I am now heading to Universal, and I wanted to point out that we went for the first time, just Curtis and I said that just a little while ago. We went by ourselves the other day, Monday, with our friends, because Mondays are our date days. If you've been watching for a little while, then you know Mondays are typically the day that we spend together because neither of us are working. And so we went the other day, and I haven't been to Universal since I was a teenager. And so I was really excited. You know, it's just so exciting when you don't even know what to expect anymore, because when I went, they still had like Dueling Dragons where Harry Potter World is now. And so it's been a long time. We originally did not plan to get season passes to Universal until we kind of burned out a bit on Disney. But I mean, that day we just went ahead and got them. At least Kurt and I did for that day. Now we're season passes, and we had the most fun ever. Not only because, you know, we're with our friends and without the kids, it was just so much fun. I don't think either of us anticipated loving Universal as much as we do. It's so exciting. I am so excited that we became season pass holders. Because ever since we left, I'm like, I cannot wait to go back. I can't wait to take the kids too, because I think especially Luna and Cayenne, they're now finally at the age where I think they're going to enjoy it. Put off, like on all of our other Disney vacations, I never did Universal because first, I mean, height, if they can't ride anything, then not that they can't ride anything, there's tons of kid stuff as well. You know, it's just a bigger kid park, in my opinion. Now they love rides, they love roller coasters, and I think they're going to really enjoy it. I think Lennon will love Seuss Land and those things as well, and there's some kid-friendly rides all throughout each area, but I think the two oldest are really going to love it the most. We went on Velocicoster, and if you don't know, I don't know if we've ever talked about it, but Kurt was not really like a big roller coaster fan. Things that are just like super wild, he's not the biggest fan of. We did it. I was scared to death, and we did it, and it was so much fun. Holy cow. If you like big thrilling roller coasters, that is the one for you, baby, because it is pretty intense. I don't feel like it's like really high. Like, to be honest, I'm not like the biggest fan of really tall roller coasters with really big drops. I love all roller coasters, I really do. I'll get on anything, but the ones with like super big drops, they're not really my absolute favorite. But so this one didn't really have the drop in it is really not that bad. But I think it's so intense because it's just a lap bar. You don't have anything over your shoulders, and so when you're doing all the twists and turns and upside downs and all that stuff, it's just a very intense feeling of like you're gonna fall out. You're gonna fall out. So but it was such a blast. I mean, I can almost see us choosing Universal for our date days over Disney, honestly. Though we love Disney too, obviously, but definitely we love it. So very excited to be annual pass holders, and we just had so much fun with them. If I didn't mention it, Frankie is my high school. We've been friends since 9th grade, I think. We moved away to Texas, and then it was the most bizarre thing that Disney's been both of our favorite places for years. It was so random that they decided to pick up and move from both of our hometown and move to Orlando at the same exact time. I mean, I think they got here the week before we did. It's just so crazy how life works out. You need to have like somebody, right? I mean, I guess you don't have anybody in a new town, but it's nice to have at least one person that you know. Super exciting. I'm just so excited. This is just such a fun period in our life right now. I also thought while I'm on this drive that we would just do like a little catch up, if you will, on some of the things also going on in our life. First, I wanted to say that this move and apartment experience has been a whole 180 degrees from our apartment experience in Austin. I think I talked about that in my leaving Austin video, how that experience was absolutely awful. It was awful. So I was very nervous coming here, and I don't think I have filled you guys in or filled anybody in on what actually happened when we moved here, because I had mentioned it as well in that leaving Austin video about how we were gonna have a first floor apartment and, you know, yada yada. So when we got here, we got to the apartment that I had found online, you know, obviously never been here, so had not gone there in person. Had all the paperwork, everything. We already had like our lease signed and all these things. Well, when we got there, and this is after like 3 days of traveling, we got there. I didn't film any of it because first, I would never want to make anybody bad about anything. But this apartment was so bad. If you've ever been into someone's home that smokes in their home or like in their vehicles, it's a very, very, very strong smell, and it's very difficult to live in. So this first floor apartment, it was dark inside. The back sliding door didn't even fully lock. It was just, they had tried to cover up all of the smoke smell with chemicals and paint. They had fresh new carpet and brand new washer and dryers, but it was, I walked in and immediately like my heart sunk, because that was where we were supposed to like be living. And I was freaking out. Curtis was freaking out. I'm pretty sure like we were like sick even when the whole situation was resolved. I think it took us both to like a minute before we got over it. And the management was wonderful. Seriously, they were so fantastic. I was really afraid that we weren't gonna get our deposit back, and they were gonna, you know, it was gonna be this whole deal for not going through with the lease. But I mean, we walked in and Curtis he did not spend as much time in the beginning like in the apartment like I did, because he was trying to move some stuff in. And so once he like actually stood in there for, you know, a good 20 minutes, he was like, wow, yeah, no, like we can't stay here. So we went straight to the office, which thankfully they had not closed yet, because this was, I mean, by the time we got here to Orlando, it was just about right before 5 or 5:30. I don't really remember. I was concerned that it was just going to be a huge deal. Well, of course, like they had talked to us about trying to get one of those machines in there that like, I think it's like some kind of vaporizing machine or something like that, to see if they could get the smell out. But I mean, someone that's smoked inside something for such a long period of time, it's just not going to come out. It just wasn't worth risking their health. So that did not work out, and we got our deposit back. Everything worked out. And so then we're like scrambling to find another place, and this was all happening right before I was supposed to start my hospital orientation. We had to go and stay in a hotel for 2 more days while we looked for a new apartment. So we found a new apartment, and it is beautiful. I mean, you've already seen the tour of it and all of that. It was beautiful. It was less expensive by like $800 than the 3-bedroom. You know, we had to sacrifice the 3rd bedroom, but I couldn't get over the fact that it was cheaper than the 3-bedroom. It was so crazy, and brand new. The other one was very, very dated, which is fine, but you know, with the smell and all that stuff. This one was less expensive and better shape. That was the first thing. That was the first thing that happened whenever we came out here. Everything else has really been great as far as our living situation goes. We're so happy. And the apartment complex that we're in now, they were so accommodating. They knew, like, I explained the whole situation to them, and they did everything they could to get us in like ASAP. It's been a wonderful experience. But you know, whenever the whole video about the us coming here or whatever, I talked about my last job going and transferring to labor and delivery, which was my whole goal. Didn't work out. So that's the reason why I applied here, and that was the job that I was offered, was a labor job. But because in Austin I didn't do couplet care, which is when you take care of the mom and the baby, I just took care of the mom. I didn't have the experience with taking care of newborns. I was told, let's just get you some experience for a couple of weeks learning how to do all the baby stuff, right? Which was fine. I as long as I'm learning something, I'm happy. If I'm not learning, feeling complacent, there's always something to learn in medical. There really is. There has to be a point where you're like, well, for me, that I'm doing something different. I don't know if that makes any sense, but whatever. So the whole plan was to learn how to do babies, and then I was going to, do all the labor stuff. Well, as of right now, that's not happened. And it's only been a little over a month. And so I'm trying not to stress out about it, but it seems like maybe that wasn't like an urgent thought to have me switch over to labor, because it's a new hospital, new unit. They don't have the staffing or whatnot for mother baby. And so I'm kind of in a frustrated situation right now where I don't feel like I was told exactly what the plan was going to be, like the realistic plan, if you know what I'm saying. I'm a little frustrated as far as that goes, just not panning out to be what thought it was going to be. So that's a little frustrating right now. That's what I'm going through right now as far as work goes. And then on top of that, it's like full-time hours, and then apparently like it's a requirement to do two call days as well per month. And I'm like, that is so much. If you get called in, both of those days, that's an extra 24 hours, which I don't know, like if it seems as bad to everybody, it's like 4 days, but 4 12-hour shifts is brutal. 3 12-hour shifts is brutal for me, especially because I was only working Saturdays and Sundays. So this is just, it's taking a lot to get used to, and I'm trying to like stay positive about the whole thing, and I'm trying not to get worked up about it. But I mean, there's just so much more as well, with it being a brand new hospital. I mean, there's just growing pains, it's a lot of work to get everything in like a well-oiled machine, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm trying not to be like all salty, sandy over here, but it's a little frustrating because I was just so excited to be doing what I want to do, and it's like roadblock after roadblock, and I don't think I would be as salty right now if I hadn't just gone through something similar with the last hospital, where you think something's gonna happen and then it doesn't, and it's just kind of like the rug being pulled from underneath you again. And so it's a little frustrating. I'm a little frustrated as far as, oh my goodness, people are bananas when they drive. I don't get it. I don't know why everyone thinks that they're driving in the Fast and the Furious on the roads. Anyway, so yeah, that's the only thing that's kind of been a little bummer for me being out here. But everything, I'm just still so happy to be here. It's kind of crazy. I didn't realize like how much of an impact it was going to make on me. I didn't realize how much just better I was going to feel being here. I just feel so much better. There's just something about it. I don't know. I mean, I can't really explain it. I feel like most people will probably, they just think I'm crazy or silly, just really, really happy. And I can't believe like I haven't really gone over the whole the whole story about when we first got here, because I was like, oh my goodness, this is like not starting off on a good foot here. It turned around and everything is great as far as like living. I'm not like, it's so weird because I'm not as concerned about my job, because I know I can go and get a job anywhere. I can do travel, which is an idea I've thrown around with Kurt doing travel nursing for, you know, the summers. And then that, you know, that could be my yearly thing where, you know, we just go somewhere for the summer, and then I can take off, you know, however long, and then just take another assignment. So we've thrown that around. I don't know how serious of an option that is at this moment, because Curtis is trying to make some moves as well with his career, and so I'm not sure how serious of a move that could be at this moment, but it's an idea. That is some updates. What else? I'm trying to think. I feel like I had so much more to add. And now I just like, I don't know what else I was gonna say, but pretty much everything is going well for the most part. Super happy here. We're all pretty happy here. I'm thankful and I'm happy that we did it, because I did not think that this was going to happen. I've said that, I feel like I've said this a few times, but I did not expect this to happen as fast as it did, when it did, or anything like that. So I did want to mention really quick, one thing that I'm not the biggest fan of, and actually I think because it's already 11:30, so it's not as bad today like it was when we came on Monday. But if you come here in the morning and do the parking, it's kind of a mess. There were 3-4 lanes of cars that were merging into this one lane that we're driving down now, and it was just such a hot mess. I don't really know. It just did not make any sense. So just be aware, if you are coming here and you're going to be driving into the parks early in the morning, you are going to want to be aware that it's a bit of a mess. We waited probably 30 minutes. I mean, it probably took about 30 minutes or so to park, compared to Disney, where, you know, you just flash your annual pass and then you just go right through the gate. And I mean, it's just different. It's a lot more organized, I guess, than it is here at Universal. But that's okay. I like the parking situation is fun, and I like all of the like escalators and everything that help you get around and into the park. So, you know, it is what it is. It could be better. Okay, so I'm going to park now, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and start doing a different video for the actual park. This is going to be, you know, part of the vlog that I have gotten started. So I will check in with you whenever I'm leaving, and then you will definitely see a video of my day here. Okay, so I am obviously out of the park now. I had such a fun day by myself. It's so nice to go and just be able to leisurely walk around, and I do that with Kurt too. Like that's like our speed. We love to just walk around and actually look at everything and go in the shops and things like that. That was so nice to just relax and not have to do anything. My kids just constantly need to be on rides, and they need to be doing things, or else they're bored, you know. I had such a good day. Velocicoster, y'all. I mentioned it in the video that I have. It will, I don't know which one's gonna go first, this vlog or the Universal Studios video, but it is just such a good ride. I didn't film it because I did it right before I left. Obviously I didn't film the ride. I did Rip Ride Rocket for the first time, and it was okay. It kind of shakes you around. I feel like the reason that I love Velocicoster so much is it's new, and so it's so smooth. So it's just like a really enjoyable ride. Rip Ride Rocket and the Hulk both kind of like jostle you and shake you around. You kind of feel like you get a headache afterward, and I don't like that feeling. So anyway, I did that really quick, but I was thinking when I was driving, 'cause I just got Lane from daycare, and I was thinking while I was driving about the other updates that I had mentioned earlier that I wanted to mention, but I forgot about them. The first is the U-Haul boxes. So I think it was good. It was the least expensive option to get all of our things here. However, it is now going to be the most expensive option to store here. So I'm currently looking for storage units to transfer all of our things to here in Orlando. So it's gonna be a pain in the you-know-what to get all that done. I'm not looking forward to that, and hindsight makes me wonder if like that was the best option to go with, because now it's like move, like all this stuff. I'm thinking about getting some movers to help and just unload them all in one day. It should be much easier than when we were breaking everything down and loading them up, because we have everything broken down already. It should just need to transfer over, so I don't think it would take as long. So there's that. Also, I kind of wish that we would have gotten like not a full truck, but maybe one of the U-Haul trailers that could have transported some of our stuff on the ride with us, because it's kind of been a pain not having nothing, except we had one TV and like 2 bags of clothes and a couple of like pillows and blankets. Otherwise, didn't have anything. And if you've seen any of the other videos, like our stuff took quite a while to get here. I wish that we would have gotten maybe like a trailer to pull some of the things that we really need here. That's another update. Still haven't found a car for Curtis. Apparently this is not only a bad time to buy a house, it's also a bad time to buy a car, because the inventory is so low on those as well. They're asking more money for an older car. Like my car's 2018. They're asking for more money on a used 2018 vehicle than they are from when I bought it brand new. It's so weird. I don't know. It's frustrating. No vehicle for Curtis yet. I feel like I mentioned it before, but we've been using just one car ever since pretty much he went remote, like working from home. Well, I guess not ever since. We've been just a 1-car family for over a year now, because we didn't need to have 2 car payments because Kurt was working from home. The kids' school was in our neighborhood, and so we didn't need to have 2 car payments. So sold his car, we're just using mine. Now we need another car because our kids are not going to school in the neighborhood. They do ride the bus, but Lane does not go to a daycare that would be within walking distance of where we're at. So we need another car. More updates. I'll think of more, I'm sure, like as soon as I turn the camera off or at a random time. I am popping over to the grocery store really quick. I am working the next 2 days for sure, potentially even Monday if I get called in, and then I'm working Tuesday as well. And I'm just not looking forward to this. I just really hate the way my schedule is set up. I'm frustrated. Be positive. I had a great day today, so there's that. Gonna be a busy couple of days at work. I don't remember if it's this following week. I think the week before Thanksgiving I've got 5 days off, so that should be after I work these 4 days. I don't remember. Got 5 days off in a row coming up soon. So I would love to go and stay on property somewhere. Really like to stay at one of the Universal resorts to check those out. Also, I think my mom and dad and brother are planning to come the week of Thanksgiving, and then, which I work Thanksgiving, and then the following days schedule, y'all. It's gonna kill me. So my mom, stepdad, brother, all coming for the Thanksgiving holiday, and then my dad and Jamie are planning to come as of right now during the Christmas time. We will see how that all works out. It's gonna be crazy, these holidays. Also, I really loved all the holiday decor at Universal. I can't wait to watch the Macy's Day Parade, because that's gonna be fun. I've never been to Universal to see it, nor have I been to New York to see it, so I think that'll be fun. something different. I'm excited. I feel like this is gonna start getting really rambly and I'm gonna have to like edit the heck out of it to cut it down. I'm not sure what else is gonna go into this video. Absolutely stunning tonight. Like, wow. Okay, back home now, and I just whipped up real quick a little Denny Den. This is what the kids are eating. Denny Den dinner. Okay, I just made some pork chops really quick, some mashed potatoes, I reheated some peas from last night, and then some strawberries and grapes. That's their dinner tonight. For Kurt and I am just making some zuppa toscana, the Olive Garden soup. That's super delicious. And it probably won't be ready for an hour. No, it probably won't be cooled off and ready to eat for another hour, but I've got to finish making that. To hold me, it could be anybody, but you chose me somehow. Now I'm crazy, thinking about you all the time, like crazy, knowing you're here by my side. Okay, here's the soup with the kale in it. So now I'm just turning it down, or actually I turned it off. I'm gonna let it like simmer here for a second, and then all I have to do is add some heavy cream. Okay, there it is, all done with the heavy cream in it. I'm just gonna put this into a bowl and we'll be able to eat it once it cools down. You found me crazy, thinking about you all the time, like crazy, knowing you're here by my side, and I was doing fine on my own, but baby, you make me a whole lot better. Okay, so I think I'm gonna end this vlog here. I hope you enjoyed my not that exciting day and my rambling and a little tiny clean with me, but it's time to put this little baby, this little 2-year-old baby in bed and eat myself and then go to bed. I have to work tomorrow, so thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Can you say bye? Bye. Bye. Say night-night. Bye. Night-night. Can you blow kisses? You're so